shots landing.
The future is now Maycee Barber.
I knew once I looked across the cage mirror, I knew I had her.
Maycee, the future Barber. Welcome to UFC Unfiltered. Please tell me that's on video. I've never been happier. I'm made for a podcast. We're dangerous. Listen to me. We're out of here. Welcome to UFC Unfiltered. Just getting a little bit of a late start. I'm not sure if you can even hear me. My audio sounds weird in my ear, so I apologize if it sounds weird to anybody else.
It doesn't, Jimmy. But why you
sounds okay?
Why do you stop? The audience doesn't know.
I just caught myself. It sounds weird.
No. It's not about you sounding weird. The audience, the people, the Unfiltered Army does not know that we're having a late start.
Oh,
It's my fault.
No, it's
you
okay.
heard what happened. I was trying to get a date to get my knees taken care of. I got these cysts behind my knees, Jimmy, and I got to get them taken care of.
Yeah, you do.
I've been trying to make this fucking appointment forever.
Yeah.
And the lady, God bless her, she was sweet. She was like a fucking sloth. She was slow as fuck.
It was funny. We have our first guest break. We're coming in just a moment.
Yes.
I laughed. The first thing I heard you go is because I got to get drained. That was the first thing I heard from you was you saying to somebody, you got to get drained. I'm like, I hope he's not talking about what I think he is. We have a couple of guests today. We have Maycee Barber coming on, but first we have Chris Pontius from the new, of course, the member of Jackass, and the new movie is coming out in October. And these guys are doing press early.
Oh shit, we got a jackass in the room.
Thanks for having me.
How are you, bro? Chris, nice to meet you, man.
Great to meet you guys too. I'm a big fan of your show.
Oh, thanks.
I'm stoked to be here.
Why do you look in you look in good shape? And it's not that well, first of all, I'm surprised you're alive with all this shit you guys do. But you look in really good shape. What is going on with you and Steve-O? And you guys are looking better now than you did when you guys were younger. What the fuck are you guys doing? You get on health kicks or some shit?
We're in it for the long haul, I guess. I don't know. Well, I have a kid, so I'm always throwing him around. And
Sure, it's like exercise.
Yeah, I get a lot of exercise. I try to exercise though, like as much as I can. Yes, I take my vitamins and everything. I live a healthy lifestyle.
Jackass has been around. When did Jackass first come out on MTV ages ago? Do we know the year? I'm sure
2000. Very beginning. We filmed the first season in 1999.
Wow.
And then so, and we weren't that young. We were pretty old then. Like we were. I think Steve-O and I were like 26. So yeah, like we've been doing it for a while. So yeah, you can. The rock and roll lifestyle doesn't really have much longevity in it.
Right? No, the fact that you guys are going, and I know Steve is sober. Steve-O got sober, and he's doing really well. I see him sometimes, and he looks good. He looks healthy.
Oh, he looks great.
And he was in such bad shape at one point. Everybody was worried about him. So the fact that he turned it around is like encouraging. If Steve-O can turn it around, like I don't feel like anybody can turn it around because he's doing great now.
As long as they want to turn it around.
If they want to, of course. Do you guys ever think, you obviously couldn't think you'd be doing this at almost 50, like putting your body through the stuff that you're putting your body through?
Yeah, I think, well, it's kind of one of those things like no one really knows how, no one's done Jackass before. So
yeah,
you don't really know what the retirement age is. Like, so, I mean, as long as we have funny things to say and do and think of, which I think we're our biggest critics, what, the most important thing is to make us laugh and to get us off. Like, so the bar raises higher and higher, just like, running around naked and jumping off a little thing just doesn't cut it anymore.
What about, wait, now, Chris, I haven't seen a lot of the shows forever. You would go into the shops or wherever with a boombox, put it on and just take your shit off. Was that you?
Yeah, that's Party Boy.
Wait, that was you, no?
Yeah, it's an alter ego. It's another me.
Yeah.
Wait, who was it? Jimmy knows about that shit. Who is it? Party Boy?
Yeah, Party Boy. He goes into like stereo store and and he's checking out stereos, and then he wants to play his own CD in there, or at the time, and then the moment seizes him, and he just can't help himself to party. That idea that's probably the best idea ever. It just fell to me from the sky.
That was yours? That was your idea?
Yeah, it just came to me. Like, a friend of mine had given me a thong that he got at like a secondhand shop. Never washed it.
Oh,
and, so I had this bag of costumes, like, and one of them was my male, like, and someone else gave me a bow tie. So I had this costume, and Party Boy was just born. And I was afraid to do it at first, but then when the first time I did it, and I was like, naked in front of whoever I was doing the prank on, I realized I was the naked man is the one in control.
Yeah.
Like,
is there a sketch that you did? There must be one you can think of that just never made it because it bombed, and no matter what you did, you couldn't fix it. Is there anything like you're like, fuck, I really like this idea, but it just bombed and we couldn't do it?
You know what? I just remembered something, and it's kind of good that I'm on a martial arts related show. We filmed with Gene LeBell once.
Oh, I love Gene LeBell.
Yeah, legend, judo legend, right? He came in and he choked every member of the cast out, which he's so good at choking, he barely has to touch you. Like, it was like he just like he did me first, and he just like barely put his like arm around me, and then next thing I knew, I was waking up with everyone standing over me laughing, like, and he did it one by one to everyone, and it was too imitatable. Like, so we never got to run the bit, but he's so funny and just awesome. And he's amazing.
I would love to see Gene LeBell putting you guys to sleep.
Yeah.
That is fucking amazing. Let me ask you, the whole thing with Jackass, how did it get started? Was it just you guys were all friends before?
A lot of us came from this magazine called Big Brother, which was like this skateboard magazine that brought in all the misfits of the skateboard world. And we started making videos of our travels. We'd travel around being crazy, and the magazine was always about to go bankrupt, and it was just what we did for almost 10 years. And then Spike Jones, who came from the skateboard world, he was getting big as a director, and Knoxville was an actor kind of starting to get in there, and he got offered a show, but it wasn't Jackass, but it all just kind of like came together, and Knoxville was filming with Big Brother for our videos a lot, and so him and Jeff Tremaine and Spike Jones put it together, and it just we filmed the first season. People ended up liking it, but we didn't even. I thought it would go one season, end, and then we'd go back to normal life.
Oh well, shit, man. I mean, when did it hit you that it was such a hit? Like, when did you start? And first of all, did all of you guys ride skate? Were you all skaters? Did you skate as well?
We're all skaters, pretty much. Most of us were skaters. Preston Lacey wasn't a skater. Knoxville wasn't a skateboarder, but he tries. Like,
oh, that's funny.
The first time he skated, he probably tried to drop in on a vert ramp, or he tried to like grind down a handrail. I think like that's his first time skating. Like, in which he, I think he broke his ankle. But the rest of us were pretty much skaters.
You were just friends with Knoxville already. You became friends.
Yeah, we were friends. So we were just a group of friends, and then on the East Coast, Bam and Ryan Dunn and Rab himself and Raekwon and Brandon DiCamillo were doing like their CKY videos. So they kind of fit into the whole Jackass thing. And Steve-O was just like this weird guy that lived in New Mexico that one of our guys met on tour when he was going on a skate tour. And this guy's like, oh, there's this guy that like likes to do like backflips off like balconies, breathing fire. You got to see him. And that was Steve-O, so yeah, we all kind of just found each other over the years.
What's the most afraid you've ever been? I mean, I know you guys have all gotten hurt, but what's the single, if you can think of it, the most frightened you've been doing something? No?
Well, God, I'll tell you two things. One thing was in Mexico, there's this thing, we were filming with Wild Boys, and there's this big giant, like, it's like a 50-foot totem pole that like 4 guys sit on the top, and you have a rope tied around your waist, and everyone like kind of falls back, and you do like this, it's like a slow bungee jump, and it unravels, and you're hanging there upside down until you like get to the ground. And so these guys were like natives, and they spoke like an Indian language, so I couldn't even communicate with them. And they told me to lean back, and Steve-O was on the other side of me, and he kind of panicked So I was just hanging there like by this rope, like that was tied wrong around my waist, like thinking it was going to break and I was just going to fall, just because I had so much time to think about it.
Right.
But the other scariest thing, we just filmed Shark Week, and I don't know if you guys saw it, but it was pretty gnarly. Like, in one of our guys actually, we try to do, in Happy Days when Fonzie does the jumps
the shark. Yes, the best moment of Happy Days.
Yeah, we did that. Yeah, we tried that, and unfortunately, one of our guys got bit. Poopies, he's one of our new guys. He got attacked.
Oh shit! Did they show it?
Huh?
Are they going to show it on the fucking thing?
They did. They showed it. Yeah, it was like on last week. Like he like the sharks were in kind of a frenzy, and we thought it wouldn't even be that bad of a bit, but I think the sharks, they were going around in circles just like in the movies, and when he landed from his jump, I think it thought his hand was a fish. And it just, all of a sudden, the sharks were just on him. And our water safety guy, Hudson, like rolled up on a jet ski, jumped on the sharks, and we got him to the boat, and his hand was just dangling there. And we tied a tourniquet, and we got a medical jet to fly him to Miami, and he got surgery, and they reattached the tendons and the blood vessels, and he's going to be all right.
Really?
But that was probably the scariest thing I've ever seen. Like, it was so gnarly.
The shit you guys do with bees terrifies me, because I hate fucking bees, and anything you do with bees scares me.
The guy got his hand practically bit.
I understand. I'm more scared of bees than I am a shark. Then again, I've never had a shark in front of me.
I haven't either. The sharks I did something with bull sharks. It was bull shark matador, which is an idea we had for a long time. And bull sharks, are really like, they're probably like the one that killed the most people. And so I wasn't really excited about it, but they tried to bite me. I'm so fortunate that I didn't get bit. Like, and I had to like fight them off with my cape, which was a kind of a half-assed weapon. But it was, it went well. It went great. It couldn't have gone better, actually, because I didn't get bit and the sharks went through the cape. But yeah, that freaked me out. But you know what? You're talking about insects. The worst thing I ever did was this thing called the glove of ants in Brazil, where bullet ants, and you got to wear this. It's a rite of passage to become a man.
I heard about this.
Yeah.
What do you got to do?
Huh? It was me. Yeah. I did it. Well, Steve and I both did it, but it was to decide who. We only had one glove, so one guy had to go first and take most of the venom, and the other guy had to share needles with that guy. So I opted to go first, and it was the worst thing by far I ever did.
How long did you leave it on for? Because I think for these young warriors, they have to do it like 10 times in their life, and your hand is black when you're finished just from being the venom and being bitten, and they have to leave it on for like 5 minutes on each hand.
Yeah, I did it for about 8 minutes. The whole ritual, and I shouldn't have, but it's crazy. I knew we weren't going to show it on film for 8 minutes, but my hand was like Mickey Mouse, and it was 24 hours of the biggest misery ever. That's the worst thing I've ever done. Did you get
sick? Did the venom make you sick?
It didn't really make me sick. They gave me, I think they didn't give us pain medicine or anything, but they gave us like some sort of antibiotic so it wouldn't like poison us in that way, but afterwards, but in case there was an allergic reaction. But it just made me in the worst misery forever. And I had to buy I just laid there with my arm in a garbage can all night, and I had to buy ice every time it melted. I had to go to this place and buy ice, put my arm back in, and then I had to fly back to America the next day. It was terrible.
How long did it take to get back to normal?
24 hours of really peaking. Like, that was the worst thing. It was worse than every bad thing I ever did combined.
I imagine getting bitten, like wherever they sting, they bite, I think. And it must suck around the cuticles or the fingernail. Like, there must be some shittier places than others. Like, it sucks on the whole hand, but I'm sure that there's certain spots, like the webbing of the finger. There's got to be worse places to get bitten.
God, it was just the worst.
The whole thing.
Poison is gnarly. Like, it just sucks.
Yeah, they say it's the most painful insect bite is a bullet ant.
It is, yeah. Because I've been bit by one once, like a few years before that, and one sting was horrible. But yeah, this was hundreds. That's the worst thing ever.
God, shit, man. Hope they fucking took care of you for that. Chris, do you watch the fights at all or what?
I do. I actually was in a Muay Thai class when I was like 18 or 19, and our instructor showed us UFC 2 right when it happened.
Oh shit!
Like, check this out. And this was before like I'd even heard of jujitsu or anything like or any, most people had knew about. And like our whole class watched this, and I think it was like Hoist Gracie against Pat Smith in the finals or something. God, that was it was, it was so sick. So I've seen UFC since the beginning, pretty much.
Do you still train?
I on and off. Like I started when I was like 8. I did Kempo karate, and then I did Muay Thai when I was like early 20s, on and off, and then a little jiu-jitsu when I was like in early 30s. And then I started doing Muay Thai right before I was going to have a kid. But right now, I'll go back to jiu-jitsu and Muay Thai like when my son's a little older. But I love it. Like I'd love to do it more.
Well, you might need it in case somebody doesn't like the party. That party boy is.
You might need
you might have to break. You're sitting there. That would make the fucking show. You fucking battling somebody with your thong on.
Naked.
Right? The fucking thing. That was fucking great. So wait, you just had a child. How old's your kid?
He's 20 months old.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Right. And you're my age. How old are you?
47. Yeah.
Exactly, bro. Classic.
Awesome.
So that's wild, man. So
you're 47 too.
I'm not saying you're starting late, but 47 is a nice age.
It is. I'm glad I had a kid when I did. You have kids?
I have 3. 12.
Wow.
My oldest is 12, and I have a 10-year-old and an 8-year-old, all girls.
Wow, awesome.
I'm surrounded.
Girls are rad. Yeah, I've got I have 3 nieces. Yeah, girls. It's crazy when you're surrounded by girls, huh?
Oh yeah. No, sometimes I look around. My oldest is about to be 13. I'm like, starting to feel like a grown-up sometimes. It's weird.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then I just play my VR and I feel like a kid again. So do you ever think that this Jackass thing, like, you never had to get, well, before that you were into the skating, but doesn't it feel great? You never had to get a fucking like 9 to 5. Doesn't that feel like a winner?
Oh yeah. I couldn't do that. Like the longest I've ever worked was I worked at Jamba Juice for 2 days, and that didn't work out. Like making smoothies.
Were you a good employee?
No, I wasn't. I was like 2 hours late the first day. Second day, it just wasn't for me. I thought I'd just drink smoothies all day and get really healthy, and it wasn't really like that. Like I was a horrible employee. And then I think the third day I quit, and then I dabbled in temping a bit, but yeah, that's the extent of my like 9 to 5 life. Like,
what do you guys do? Oh, sorry, man. When you in between shoot, like, cause you'll shoot a movie and then you might have a couple of years. So what do you do? What like in between, like not sure if Jackass is going to come back, not sure. Hey, will we do another one? Hey, who knows? So then what do you do in the meantime? Like how are you working in the meantime?
Well, before this one, we did, me and my wife wrote a movie script, that we hopefully will get made with some of the guys in our group. But I did a movie with Knoxville called Action Point, and we toured, do live shows. We toured Australia a few times, Canada. So we try to keep busy, like but yeah, doing Jackass is the funnest thing. Like, and I'm so glad that I didn't think that we'd get to do another one. And they're always, the thought of, like, would it look silly if you guys are older, doing this, like a bunch of old men, but it's actually kind of funny, or like,
Plus it's you guys. It's the same guys who've been watching. So it doesn't feel like we're just watching guys do what they do. Not like guys trying to do something. Just, this is what these guys do.
Yeah. We really we really celebrate our ages in this. Like,
you do.
I mean, some of the guys have gray hair, and Dave England knocked out like some of his teeth, like surfing actually right before we start filming. So he looks like a bum, actually, like an old surfer bum. Like, and everyone everyone tells him he looks like Iggy Pop because he's really tan and he's wrinkled.
And when is this coming out? In October?
October, yeah.
Yeah, and there was a bit that actually with Dave England that we filmed that I think we with all the stuff that doesn't make it to the movie, we make Jackass 4.5, which will go to Netflix. And there's a penis related bit that
Jimmy's very interested in it.
Oh God!
Anything with penis injuries, yeah. I don't want to see a penis, Matt.
Dave England only has one testicle. He had to get a testicle removed after like a snowboarding accident, and so this stunt. I can't tell what it is, but we had like strings tied around our whole packages, and because he only has one nut, the string like slipped over the nut and it stretched his penis and his penis is noticeably longer now. Like,
so it was actually a happy accident, right? Like
it was a happy accident. It was the definition of a happy accident.
So wait, he lost his ball in a fucking snowboarding accident, and then his teeth surfing. Wow.
The ball, actually, he had two kids after. He thought he'd never be able to have kids, but he has got 2 kids from one ball. And or no, 4 kids. Sorry, 4 kids. Yeah, none of them planned.
Right there. Power in that nut. That's
yeah. Congratulations, you guys are always funny. It's funny how slapstick never goes out of style. It's like the Three Stooges will outlast any topical, quote unquote, or timely or period comedy. Slapstick stuff always is timeless. So, your guys, the stuff you did 15 years ago is still hilarious.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, this movie we're so proud of. So proud of it. Like, I love it. I love it way more than our previous movie, which was great. But we love this one. Like, everyone really did this one. Like, we're in case we never do it again. Everyone realized what a special thing we have. So.
Well, good luck, man. Thanks for coming on, and congratulations on just the success of the franchise. It's crazy how long you guys have been as successful as you are. It's great.
Awesome. Thank you so much for having me, and I hope to be on again. And
Absolutely.
Congratulations on your guys' success. And it's awesome to talk to you guys in real life because I love watching your show.
Thanks, Chris. Thanks, man.
Thanks, Chris, man. Big fan.
Take care, buddy.
Have fun.
There she is.
Hi.
Hello, Maycee.
Maycee, it's been a minute. Like Jimmy,
It has been a minute.
I don't even think
Sorry, I'm trying to prop you guys up on my suitcase.
No, do that. Go ahead. Maycee, you're looking clean, kid. You don't even look like you got it lumped up at all. Right?
I have this cauliflower ear. I don't know if you guys can't see it because I stuck my ear pod in it, but yeah. that's the thing that hurt the most.
Do you like having the cauliflower ear? Because people have gotten them, or do you kind of like it like it's kind of like a badge of honor?
I don't really feel like I get to choose.
Okay.
My one ear is pretty nasty.
Oh.
So yeah.
Cool.
I mean,
I like it.
I'll take it.
Shoot.
I feel like as a girl, we could let our hair cover it, so it's good with me.
That's true. That is absolutely.
As long as I can hear and listen to music, I'm fine.
100%. Hey, Maycee, let me ask you. I know what it's like to come back and get a W after a couple of losses. For whatever reason we got those losses, they were still L's. So it's like to come back and get that win after that. If it doesn't it feel like some weight off your shoulders?
Feels good. It feels good. Yeah, it definitely feels good. There's a lot of people asking me like, do you feel like you have your back up against the wall? And I tell everybody, I don't feel like that because that's definitely something I'm not going to speak into existence. But I know what it's like to, obviously I'm coming off of 2 losses. I don't want to take a third one. And I feel like, obviously coming out of that fight, I definitely was like, I wanted to finish. I felt like getting there, and I should have and I could have done more. But I'm not going to take it back. I got the win, and that's, and I'm back in the winning call. So that's what matters.
Congratulations. And such a tough opponent and such a close fight. It was a close fight.
Very close fight.
I mean, it really,
for sure.
I'm going to say the last round was yours. The first round was probably Miranda's. I got to watch it again. I thought it might have came down to that second round and I'd have to watch again, but it was a close fight and you're both going to grow from it so much. So
for sure.
Before the fight, Miranda was saying that she almost wanted to just take out the older girls, and she wanted both of you guys to do that before, instead of meeting each other at this point in your career. What did you think about that statement?
I feel like I personally, I always take everything as like that's a sign of weakness, like. Not because it's not in a bad way, but like anything I could take to be like, that's an advantage for me, like to put in a mental thing, for myself. But for her, I can see what she was saying. You do want to fight the up and comers. And that's a reason why I called out Jessica Ai. She's someone who is established in the sport, who has a name, who's fought some of the best, she's fought for the title. She was a title contender. So I definitely see what Miranda was saying. But at the same time, that's not who the UFC offered either one of us. So the UFC had a plan, and we are both going to grow from it. We're both young. And we are going to see each other again. I know that.
That's what I was going to say. I definitely see you guys going again for sure.
So at one point you were 8-0, and then you lost to 2. And I'm always interested in somebody's psychology after being undefeated for a little while and then losing the first or second in a row. Did it start to play with your confidence at all? Because like you had no losses, so this was your first. I know you probably had them in amateur or when you were coming up, but did it change your confidence at all after that second loss?
Well, I didn't have them in the amateur because I only had one amateur fight.
Oh, okay.
Not to correct you, but
Sure, that's fine.
No, it's all good. So yeah, so I don't. A little bit, I guess you could say a little bit, because I came off of a knee injury, like that was a pretty hard injury to come back from. And then my fight back, it was different, like trying to feel out the first 2 rounds. And with Alexa, once I started to face some adversity, I feel like I did not like kind of find myself and dig deep until the 3rd round. And obviously that's not enough. Had I refound myself, then I could have gone back and I should have finished her. But this fight, I definitely felt like I came back to that same girl that was 8-0, especially after the 2nd round.
I mean, I like your listen. After that first round, where you might have dropped it, it takes a lot to stay mentally in there, because that's extra pressure. Okay, here I am. I'm back. 2 losses. This is my fight. Confident as hell. Shit, I might have lost that first round. So it's like, for you to be channeled in and not lose your focus, I applaud you, because I know what it's like. And it could be
Thank you.
disheartening in there. And I'll tell you, even to take a fight versus, they offered you Miranda Maverick after the 2 losses. I mean, there's not listen, anybody in there is not an easy fight, but shit, that going into that, you had to be mentally strong. You know what I mean?
For sure. Honestly, I had several people reach out to me and they're like, why did you take that fight? Like, why was that the fight? And honestly, it's like, here's my mentality. I'm coming off of 2 losses. And at the time I had already said no to another date which was another opponent, because I was not medically cleared. So I had not, I was not ready for a fight. So I was like, okay, well, I can't say no twice in a row. So I'm going to say yes, no matter who it is. And even if it was Miranda, I'm always going to say yes. I don't shy away from anybody that they put in front of you, because they have a plan. And if I want to be the best, I have to fight the best. And I can't shy away from anything. However, with that first round, I knew that I wanted to feel it out. I did drop that first round, but I wanted to go into that fight feeling it out. I did not want to just go in and try to, because she is strong. She's a good opponent. And so I did not want to just rush in and make any mistakes that were going to cost me the fight. And so that's what we did. We played it safe in the first round. We did lose that first round though, but I got it back.
Well, I'll tell you, what benefits you is, I mean, we get to see you in some main events, those 5 rounds, you have great endurance. And as the fight goes on, it looks like you just get stronger and more comfortable. And it just, I mean, I don't know. Look at your last fight with prior to Alexa Grasso. That 3rd round, you were coming out like a beast. And you know what I mean? So it's like, it's not a cardio thing. And it's I'm not going to say pulling the trigger thing, because you pulled the trigger, but it's about, Uriah Faber said something that I thought was great, but people, they weren't goofing on, but they're like, oh, wait, what did he say? He said,
you got to try to hit her.
Got to try to hit her. Now look, that's simple. That's simple shit. But basically, saying, put your hands on her. Don't just punch to her, through her. That's what I took from her. Like, you got to try to actually hit her. Don't just show so. What did you take from it between the first and second round, that corner work, when you actually sat down with Uriah and your other cornerman?
For sure. I mean, that's not just something that I took away from the corner. That's something I took away from that entire camp. That is something that we really focused on, was volume and actually landing the punches. Obviously you saw my last fight against Alexa, I was punching like someone in between the both of us. There must have been someone in front of me. But we worked on that, throwing punches and once you land, being able to follow up, which is something that I needed to start in the 2nd and 3rd rounds. I started to see that, which would have been in my advantage in the 4th and 5th round if it was a main event, with knowing where I needed to counter and getting more comfortable. And that's something that I'm just going to go back and work in the gym on I only have 3 rounds. I don't have 5 rounds yet. So we need to learn how to do the last 2 rounds and the last round, like do those first rounds like that, you know, and that's what I need to do right now.
And what did you mean when you said you thought you won in the right spots? I'm paraphrasing. I think you said that you won in the spots that counted or something like that. What did you mean?
But that it means like when, you know, like when we were landing, we were making her miss. And this is something that I talked to Uriah right after the fight. We were making her miss, but we weren't making her pay. So we would make her miss, but I was not in this right spot to make her pay with a substantial amount of strikes.
Do you guys hear background noise coming from somewhere?
It might be the airport.
Yeah, that's me.
Oh, is that the airport you're at?
I'm at the airport, yeah.
You know what? I thought you were in a park relaxing. That the airport has that
No, I'm at the airport.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Yeah. I just landed in St. Louis, so.
Oh my God. Oh, you live in St. Louis?
No, I am out here meeting with a new company that I am potentially partnering with.
Oh, nice. So you just stopped off right outside the airport to do this interview?
Yes.
Oh,
I literally
nice.
landed, got my bags,
fighter.
like, I have my interview.
Thank you.
Sure.
So, hey, listen, unrelated to that might be something you're doing right here, business-wise, but give us something unrelated to MMA that you're doing right now. I know you live in this, S. I know. See, I cleared up my language.
Yes.
I know you live in it.
I do.
One hobby besides it. Could be a book you're reading, a show you're watching, anything.
Well, lately we've been reading quite a few books. Right now we're reading Hustle Harder, Hustle Smarter by 50 Cent.
Oh.
So we are reading that book. I have read The Rise of Superman. That's a really good book as well. But right now I'm actually, after St. Louis, I'm going to Utah. And I said this after my fight. I'm going out to see Operation Underground Railroad and spend some time raising awareness for child trafficking. So that's a huge part of my life. It's something I'm really close to me.
That's a word. Hey, listen, if there's ever a worthy cause, that's it right there. More people should be taking up that cause. As a father of 3, more people should be taking up that cause.
Did it become part of your life because you became aware of it and you just said, this is something I kind of want to help with?
I became aware of it, not a little bit more of like a personal story that I have not completely shared with everybody in my life. Okay. However, I got introduced to Tim Ballard and Operation Underground Railroad just through like connecting and following them on social media, reaching out to them and saying, hey, I want to be a part of your guys' organization and cause. And they flew me out. I met with them, and ever since then, you know, they've been keeping close contact with me, and I want to be a bigger part of it.
Now, I think it's fantastic. Now, let me tell you, if you guys are doing anything to raise money for anything with that, like seminars or anything, please get in touch with me. I would love to be a part of that. Yeah, I'm just letting you know. For sure. I'm just throwing it out there.
Yeah.
For my ADD.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Yeah. I would love that, you know. But when do you want to get right back in there? You seem healthy.
I am healthy. Actually, I was just talking to someone. They asked me like, so when's the next one? I was like, I made a call out. I just got to get home. You know, I'll be home within the week. So get home, get in the gym, and talk to Mick, talk to Dana. Yeah, I did call out Jessica I. Yes.
Jessica I. Jessica I is always looking for a scrap. That'd be a fun fight. She's not a girl that really goes backwards. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, no, she isn't. She's a solid fighter. You know, she's a legend within the sport. And she's a good name. You know, that's why, you know, I respect her a lot, and that's why I want to fight her.
I would like to see that.
Yeah. Are you going to do that? This is a stupid tourist question, but now that you're in St. Louis, I'm afraid of heights. Are you going to do the St. Louis Arch, or would you not do that?
I don't know. Actually, I didn't make my plans. I'm out here to meet with someone, so they're planning out everything.
Okay.
So if that's on the agenda, then yes, I will.
You
but
would
I know
do
that
it?
when I go to Utah, I'm going on a helicopter ride. So.
Oh, I've never done that.
I've never done that either.
Oh, I don't like the helicopter.
No, it scares the shit out of me. But so you're comfortable doing that type of like adventurous stuff that you haven't done before? I'm not comfortable doing that.
Yeah, I feel like you got to try it before you can hate on it. You know.
Yeah, it
might suck while you're doing it, but you're like, at least you know if you want to do it again or if you don't.
Yeah. Well, look, congratulations. It was a very, very close fight. It was a great fight. And
Thank you.
And you got the nod, and good luck in St. Louis. Have fun, and I'm sure we'll see you fight again.
I can't wait to see
I appreciate you guys so much.
Okay. Thank you so much,
Maycee.
Thank you. Thank you.
you think that she was all zen in a park, like back in California? I had no idea where she was. And she's at the airport. That's a nice airport.
I'm no Sherlock Holmes, but I kind of thought she was at the airport.
Did you? Maybe my eyesight's not great.
In the background, I don't know, Jim.
What's in the background? I saw it was a tree. My eyes suck, Matt.
Oh, you heard the things in the background. But listen to me. Hey, all I know is she was here with us. Yeah. I felt bad for her with DC being like, fucking, I love DC.
Did he say it to her?
No, he didn't say it to her, but I'm sure she's gonna see it. Like when he's like, Miranda's on the wrong side of some bad judging or whatever it was.
Yeah.
I can understand. If that's the way you feel, you should say.
Sure.
I'll tell you right now, I felt that way about Kyle Phillips. I felt bad for that kid. I thought that was a close fight.
No, but I thought he lost that fight.
First round. So that first round should have been 10-8 round.
10-8, yeah.
And even so, then if you want to give I'm getting to the exact fight I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I'm talking about
Raul. I know exactly.
Beat Kyler Phillips, but
yeah,
I thought Kyler Phillips should have got that decision to be. Oh, look at you picking Pavia. Okay.
I thought Pavia. No, I thought he won. Pavia won. I thought he won because I could have accepted a draw. 10-8. Plus rounds 2 and 3 for Paiva. I could have accepted a draw, but I didn't think Phillips won. I thought that I guess the guy gave him a 10-9, and that was why he lost.
I guess it could have been a draw, but that first round was. He almost had him out of there. He looked phenomenal that first round.
Yeah.
Given the Pavia, Pavia, he definitely hung in there and did good those last 2 rounds. But was it enough? I don't know. I thought Kyler Phillips should have got the nod, but hey, that's me. Darren Elkins is a fucking stud. And I'll tell you right now, Derek Minner. Yeah. Minner, he was looking awesome in the beginning. Awesome.
Yep. Just
beautiful jiu-jitsu and the fluidity. One mistake with going to that guillotine, guys. I don't think you should ever drop unless you're finishing guys 9 out of 10 times in class by jumping to the guillotine. Don't do it.
That's a big risk.
It's a risk, and a guy like Darren Elkins, that guy is like a fucking. He's not taking no for an answer. He's just gonna go forward, and if it's literally do or die with Darren Elkins. He's not. Yeah. You have to literally, some guys, they can get beat enough to be like, all right, I had enough. All right, this is your day. I live to fight another day. And then there's other guys that you literally have to shut their lights off. If they are not put out, that Darren Elkins is a guy, he could have no arms, no legs. He'll be fucking coming at you like a fucking seal. That guy is an animal. Yeah. He's a fucking animal. And I love watching him fight because he's like chaotic, and he's just and he just keeps going forward no matter what the fuck you throw at him. Oh God, that was a fun fight. That was a fun fight for as long as it lasted. Was that a second rounder?
Yeah, I think the third round it ended.
It ended in the third round.
Second round TKO.
You're a prick, Jimmy.
My mistake. Now, even though I picked Elkins in the second, but it's all right. It's not important.
I picked third. Okay, but the more importantly, we both picked correctly.
We were both wrong about the main event. But what an incredible fight! What an incredible
I'll
fight!
Tell you right now, I thought Corey won. To be honest with you, I thought it was close.
Yeah,
too close to be able to say it's a robbery.
No, I didn't think it was a robbery, but I did think TJ won.
I took some things away from that fight. Now, TJ got better as it went on.
Oh yeah.
So you could argue that he won rounds 3 on, possibly, but I don't know, man. He did have more control time as far as being up on him and being holding him around the waist, up against the back,
cage,
against the cage. But Corey did the most damage.
Yeah.
Corey landed the better shots, the stronger shots. And then not for anything, when TJ got a takedown, I think Corey did better on bottom than TJ did on top.
He's savage off his back, yeah.
He not only with the strikes, with the threat of the submissions, the very first one that landed was beautiful. The reverse triangle. There's an Americana from there. I wonder if Corey knows it. He probably does. It's a very good technique from there. That when a guy goes to get out of it, you can attack in a shoulder lock, but whatever. He let it go in for a knee. And that probably popped the knee because in between the first, second round, he's
Yeah.
like, my knee's popped. So I think Corey Sandhagen looked really, really good. I thought he should have won. I thought he looked better, but it was close. And listen, people are giving me shit because I don't really feel like talking to TJ after the whole thing with the cheating thing. I'll tell you right now, the kid is a fighter. When they asked him about that cut, could you go through? Absolutely. Aside that, of course. Like he's not worried about getting some stitches and whatever else. You know what I mean? So I give the guy credit. He's a great fighter.
Yeah.
And he's such a great fighter that he doesn't need to cheat.
Yeah.
So,
Was it only that one fight? Because I think they tested.
But the problem is this, Jimmy. When something like that happens, my point is like, all right, is it the one point in time you cheated, or is it the one time you got caught with them going back? I don't know. I fucking don't know. So. And
he looked good though, man.
Somebody attacks me and they're like, "Oh, you choose who to be cool with, you don't do this, give shit to John Jones." He got caught with a dick pill. So listen, man, as a guy that will definitely champion something with a nice dick pill, like a nice cock pill, Jimmy.
I think I did think TJ deserved the nod. Very close because I really like Corey. So I saw that I was like, yeah, I guess he did. I mean, very fucking close. But I thought that I want to say it was the final round that made the decision for me. But I thought he might have, like you said, if he won 3 on, then he won 3, 4, 5.
And dude, what about Randy Costa? Yeah, well, listen, that division is an insane division. This is what I will take out of that fight. As far as who has the belt now, Aljamain Sterling, Aljo. I'm going to say, based on what I saw last night, Aljo is still the worst matchup for Corey Sandhagen, I feel.
Yeah.
Do you want to know why, Jimmy? Yes. You guess why after watching that fight.
Because as effective as Corey is, if there's any weaker spot, not even a weaker spot, it's maybe having somebody on his back.
Well, it's not, yes, maybe the wrestling, but because his jiu-jitsu is on point. You saw how threatening he is with that. His striking is on point, and his wrestling is really good. It's more of the fact that where did TJ spend a lot of that time? On his fucking back. Now, TJ, now he didn't have the hooks in. Aljo's the type of guy, he could hop up there and get a body triangle. He could do that at any point. So I give Peter Yan so much credit for the sticking to the game plan that when he fought Aljo, that he might get struck by Aljo, knee, elbowed, punched, but he is not giving that backup. He's not giving the backup. He did not, and he was in positions to give the backup, but he would not give the backup. And now TJ possesses different threats. Maybe I'm sure if Corey fought Aljo, that would probably be more instilled in him. But in this fight to TJ, he gave the backup a bunch to get up, and he did get up, and he did get away.
Yeah.
But TJ and Aljo are two different times. So Aljo in his head, if he had to fight Corey again, which I'm sure they might meet up again because Corey's that good, all he has to remember is I have to battle through just to get a hold of him.
Yeah.
And I will get that back. So I don't know. That just stuck out in my head. But
TJ's he's a really unique fighter. The way he positions his hand, like he's almost like he's looking for land.
I know.
It protected his eye, but he does that even when his eye isn't fucked up.
It's like
he's
this.
He's such an interesting guy to watch fight. Very, very aggressive, always moving forward. I was happy for him because look, he fucked up. He got caught and he suffered. He was out for 2 years. Like he paid a price for it. Yeah. And to come back with the pressure that's on him, as far as people saying, was it just that made you good, or are you as good as? I mean, he really performed, and I was very, very impressed. He looked great.
Listen, he's a great fighter.
Great fighter.
And no matter what I say, listen, I enjoy. Hold on. Everybody's sorry about that. But listen, it's organic.
Yeah,
it's fucking organic.
Sure. So shitting.
What?
So is shitting.
What are you going to fucking take a shit about?
No. That's what I'm saying. No.
Oh, Jimmy, yes. On Full Reptile television. I don't know. It's Full Reptile. It's on YouTube.
Okay.
It's a show they did a special on Sarah BJJ.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So
Good.
Let me see.
They should have.
Oh, let me see where that is because that's so much fun. If you look on my Instagram, let me see. Full Reptile. Go to Full Reptile and you'll see a clip. And I shout out a couple of my guys like Poomy. Poomy, you're going to see that guy in the UFC. That guy could be a champion. And then he's the Cage Fury champion. And I also shout out, let me see. Oh, Justin Kidd, one of my young fighters. But more importantly, Jimmy, you see, if you want to see what it's like in a day at my academy in Huntington, Long Island, you watch that thing. You watch that show on Full Reptile Television, and you will see a day in the life of your good friend.
Oh, that seems great.
Don't make me say my name. The third.
What's your name?
Well,
Kimura Bucko.
There's a bucko and there's a lad now. That guy's happy you gave him a shout out right now.
Good.
He's in my squad when I.
How about Kimura Chap?
I don't have a Kimura Chap yet, but he might join the. It's funny, Jimmy. People love this show, and they come at me, and they're fucking. Hey, man, like if I friend you on that thing, can I be fucking Kimura fucking bucko and this way? Now I squat up. I should be getting. Listen, I'm a man of the people. But
yes, you are.
They do that Twitch, and they get paid to play with. I just get on there, put on my fucking headset, bucko lad, Kimura squad. Let's get some fucking kills.
You're a great man, but a bad businessman. You should be playing on Twitch. Everybody loves Matt Serra. You're fun.
I am fun.
You're nuts to not be playing on Twitch.
Jimmy, you're nuts.
You should do it because people would enjoy it.
Sooner or later, whenever this show finally runs out of fucking.
No, do it while we're doing this because we'll promote it.
I really should, Jimmy.
Yes, we'll promote the shit out of it.
I need, like Joe Rogan has his guy.
I know Joe Rogan.
Jamie.
Oh, what?
You know him. You're friends with him. You're on his show a bunch. People could Google Jim Norton on the JRE show. And you were on there a couple of times. I was on there once.
It's a fun show.
And the point is, he's got a tech guy. I need Jens Pulver has a tech guy.
That's right.
I know this ain't rocket science. But I got a green screen behind me.
Yes.
See that?
Yeah.
I want to entertain people. I'm here to entertain.
I know, Matt. But look, I think we're doing great. We have green screens. Joe has a studio. He had Elon Musk smoking pot, and he got 100 million from Spotify. He's going to get a tech guy before we do.
You're right. You're right. Why am I even saying
we have each other and Antonio, and we like, what are we doing? We don't know. Not that Antonio is bad, but you understand.
Here's something funny.
Yes.
I got my friend Luca. Say, dude, sometimes I'm late with some promotions and stuff. Like I gotta like something like, oh man, this guy needs a purple belt. When I see him fucking just and I'm like, and sometimes, oh shit, man, that white belt might need a stripe or two. But I'm there every day, which is more important. And I love jujitsu. But you know where I learned from? I learned from Master Renzo Gracie.
Yes.
So I get a text from my good buddy Luca Atala. He used to run Gracie magazine back in the day, and he gives me this tape. I want you to hear some of this.
Probably 2 years ago.
Listen, 2 years ago. Listen.
I ordered this thing.
Listen.
So we could do a ceremony for you.
He's opening up a package.
It's long overdue.
He's showing me this.
But we never
listen to this.
Put together this. You and Ricardo.
Me and Ricardo Almeida.
Renzo was supposed to award you your 5th stripe, which is like a couple years ago.
2 years ago.
It's here on his
truck. It's in his truck. I should have been a 5th dan in jiu-jitsu. Now listen, my point is I saw this, I started dying. So in other words, Master Renzo was going to bring me in the city and promote me to my 5th dan, 5th stripe on my black belt. It's a lot of stripes, Jimmy. But they're supposed to be 2 years ago. So my buddy found it in Renzo's truck when he was cleaning his truck. My point is this.
You got your 5th stripe?
Well, I mean, it's in Hensel's truck right now, so I don't have it yet. My buddy just found the belt, and it had my name on it too. The belt.
That's great.
They were gonna do a promotion, but Hensel gets sidetracked. So my thing is this: there was one time I had this guy who's no longer trains with me, and he did I saw a Facebook post, right, and it was I can't believe it. I got looked over, another guy got a stripe before me. So I gave this guy a call. I go, hey man, who's? And I gave the guy a text. I go, hey, give me if you want to call, if you want to vent. I saw him bitching about something. The guy called me up. Oh, I can't believe you gave it to Josh before me, and I've been with you. I go, wait a second, this is about me? The guy made a post about me. I go, wait a minute, you fucking nut. So in other words, I gave a stripe before to another guy. Dude, it's not that I don't give a fuck. It's that when you do it for the love of it, don't make it about the fucking strike. Calm down. And I'm not saying don't be proud of it. It's
sure.
I like when you should get your acknowledgement.
Sure.
You should. But do it for the love of it. Why, Jimmy? Why am I at the school teaching sometimes twice a day?
For the money. Oh, sorry. Wait, no, sorry.
Well, I do feed my family that way. That's not exactly a fucking, you know what I mean? It's not just,
yeah.
But the point is this. I love jujitsu. I don't love being on a treadmill. I can't do it. I can't even fucking hardly walk. I walk fucked up. But I could roll, Jimmy.
You sure can.
Tomorrow I'll meet my buddy Craig Porte, my new black belt, and I'm gonna he looks like a He-Man figure, like this. Oh, I gotta talk about that new Masters of the Universe, by the way. But listen, so I'm gonna get I'm sweating, I'm feeling my muscles. I'll do some sit-ups and push-ups afterwards. It keeps me fucking like that.
Yep.
Jiu-jitsu. It's not about my fucking fifth stripe.
That's right.
That fifth stripe, I get somebody tries to attack me and invade me and fucking touch me in weird ways. My fifth stripe is not going to stop him. I'll tell you what will. A body lock to the takedown, cross side to a Kimura. That'll fucking stop him. I work on that every day.
But what if he's a big guy, though? What if he's like 6'2" and has muscles?
Jimmy, now you're being silly. And you get paid to be silly.
You could stop a guy like that?
What's that?
You could stop a big guy if he was like a really big, angry guy?
Just like I would tell some ladies I used to try to date back in the day, we're all the same size on the floor. You understand? Jimmy! Or laying down or whatever. I don't know what But it didn't work out. My wife's a little taller. So, Jimmy, listen, man, Kevin Smith. First of all, congrats to Mickey Gal. Good job.
Yes, Mickey's striking was fucking great. He looked really good.
He never looked better.
How'd
that fight end?
It ended with a submission. Yeah.
What does that say?
On the ground.
What does that top say?
I can't read it.
It says Brazilian
Jiu-Jitsu. I'm kidding. I can read it.
All right.
Yeah.
I know you can read it. Sometimes you like to be fresh. I'm only fucking around. But listen.
Yeah.
Like now. Fucking listen. People are giving. I got to talk about this. I know we're almost done. Listen.
It's okay.
Kevin Smith, who I'm a big fan of. He's a comic book nerd like myself.
Yes, he is. I love Kevin.
He's getting shitted on from the fans out there.
Why?
Well, he did a reboot. Now Jimmy, you're around my age, a tiny bit older.
I'm 6 years older than you.
That's a little bit. So I'm sure you heard of He-Man and Masters of the Universe.
Absolutely.
So when you were kids, when I was a kid, I used to watch He-Man. And He-Man was cool, man, as a kid. It was a fun little thing. They had a little Orko, a little magician. So, and it was like a bunch of muscle-bound men and women. There was girls in there. And then they had for the girls, they came out with She-Ra. And She-Ra had her own thing, So anyway, the point is this. Kevin Smith did a show, a series on Netflix, like to reboot it, like the BD.
Yeah.
Not really reboot, it's like a continuation from the Mattel series from back in the Mattel toy line, the fucking show back in the day. And I'll tell you, he's getting shit on because He-Man takes a fucking backseat to Tila. It's the Tila show through and through. And Jimmy, just bear with me because people like to hear about this. They trust me. A lot of people don't, like the adults. I'm only kidding. But listen, it's a cartoon. But the point is, Kevin Smith's been saying leading up to this thing, no, fucking clown shoes, whoever the fuck said it, some site. He-Man doesn't take a side to anybody. It's this and that. And I've watched it, Jimmy. And even though there's some fucking cool stuff in it, really cool stuff. I mean, I don't want spoilers, but dude, the guy you're killing, I don't want to give him too much shit.
Right.
I mean, He-Man's in flashbacks, but they kill him right away. I know he kind of like he sacrifices himself in a heroic way for Eternia. Listen, Jimmy, please don't.
No, I dropped something. Sorry.
Okay, so I know he tries to sacrifice himself for the world.
Sure.
But then it's the Tila show, right? And how about this, really quick? Can I just do a spoiler really quick, Jimmy? Because this bothers the fuck.
Let's warn people. This is Matt. Spoiler alert. Go ahead, Matt.
Jimmy, listen. Yes. Masters of the Universe Revelation. I think it is.
Wow.
But listen, Jimmy.
That's hard to say, actually. Masters of the Universe Revelation. It's hard to say it quickly.
Jimmy. So I mean, listen to this beginning now, how shit goes south, because it's a good first episode. I'm watching. I'm like, I love it. The art is amazing. The animation, wow, fucking awesome, great. The other one back in the day doesn't really hold up. This is really good animation. So then fucking Adam is Prince Adam is He-Man when he gets the show.
Sure.
The Grayskull, and he turns.
Hope so.
So now. The mother knew the secret. Man at Arms, the Duncan with the mustache, knew the secret. Tila didn't know.
Of course he did.
Tila is a bit of a fucking bitch. Listen to this. Tila. So they find out, oh my God, He-Man died and He-Man was Adam. So the mother's crying. The father's like, what? That's my son. He-Man. And all of a sudden, Tila, they just lost their son. Tila, this fucking nerve. She goes, wait a minute. You lied to me this whole time, everybody? You did not tell me that Prince Adam and He-Man are it's like I never knew him. And you're all a bunch of liars. I'm done. So she's walking. Really, Tila? You done? What about the grieving? They just lost their kid, you bitch. All right? Now you're not going to take the role at Man at Arms? Or you were going to be the female Man at Arms now? They gave you that position to take over for your father, but now you're going to pout, and you're going to walk out. Prince Adam's dead. He-Man's dead. You don't give a fuck about the parents' feelings. Kevin Smith, what the fuck are you? I'm a big fan. What are you, really? She's walking off because people lied to her?
She doesn't like it. Kevin didn't do it. She's the one walking off.
It's a cartoon.
Okay.
I shouldn't get too worked up.
No.
But I'm a He-Man fan. But then I enjoyed some of the show. I did enjoy some of it. And can I just say this?
Sure.
It's only 5 episodes out. I binged it. I watched the whole thing. I'm a big kid. But, there's still like another how many episodes left? It's like half the season. They didn't show the other half yet. I don't know when that comes out. But Kevin Smith's getting crucified because the Rotten Potatoes, all the critics love it because I guess it's kind of progressive or whatever, with Sheila being the star and whatnot. But listen, that's great. But the point is that she was already a badass. What the fuck you make another star for? Where the fuck is He-Man? You kill him off, and then he comes back in the flashback. Then you bring him back, and then what happens? You kill him again. The fuck? Kevin Smith? Calm the fuck down. They're calling it like the Last Jedi of the fucking what they did. They do like they're attacking him like they attacked Ryan Johnson. And I'll tell you right now, Ryan Johnson deserved it for that piece of shit, The Last Jedi. But is that The Last Jedi, that one? Anyway, yeah. So my point is this. I'm not totally shitting on Kevin Smith because I think there's going to be potential to say listen, there's a lot of reminiscing going on. Like I'm seeing some of these characters and I'm digging them. I'm like, oh, look at that. Oh, you would like that guy Fisto.
Sure, I would.
Fisto. I think he'd probably be your favorite, Jimmy.
Why?
Fisto. He's got a big fist, and he punches people. You know what I didn't like? Where the fuck's Ram Man? I look like Ram Man in a gi.
I don't know who that is.
Oh, you'd think it's funny if you knew who Ram Man was. He's like a little stocky thing that rams people. Anyway, Jimmy, my point is Masters of the Universe. Check it out. Rotten Tomatoes gave it like 97, critics like it, but like 30-something% of the audience people like it. That's the problem. You know why? Because he kind of took a shit on the childhood by killing He-Man and making Tila the star. Why? I don't know. You didn't have to do that. Tila's already so cool. Shit, you want to do a She-Ra movie? Do a She-Ra movie. Anyway, people, listen. If you the last 5 minutes or so, don't judge me, people.
I'm not at all judging you.
No,
I'm
love
happy.
you, Jimmy. Did we talk about everything?
Yes, we did.
I miss you. I'm going to talk to you in a couple of days, Jimmy.
You are, buddy. I'll see you soon.
Jimmy,
Thank you, Unfiltered Army.
I might have lost you.
No, check out the new Chip is up too. It's a really good one with Ron Bennington, Anthony Cumia, and Zia, of course. And the new Doug Bell is up. Doug really has some great celebrity stories. Go to Chip Chipperson's YouTube and go check those things out. All right.
Thank you, everybody.
Righto.
Later, Jimmy.
Yeah, bye.
You're the best, Jimmy. Bye, everyone.